Welcome to all of the viewers and students. Today I am going to start one of the important branch of the physics, and this is the fluid mechanics. Especially in this chapter I am going to derive an expression, the continuity equation, the Bernoulli equation, and etc. So let us proceed. The topic is fluid mechanics. Basically, it is divided into the two parts. One of the part is known as the fluid statics or hydrostatics. And in this branch, the branch of physics which deals about the fluid at rest in equilibrium. And the another branch is the fluid dynamics, or also known as hydrodynamics. The branch of physics which deals about the fluid is in motion. Fluid is at rest, and our concern is the fluid is in motion or the fluid dynamics. So fluid is in motion or fluid dynamics. In branch of fluid statistics or hydrostatics, generally the Pascal's law, Archimedes principle, etc. can be discussed in the hydrostatics. And in fluid mechanics, the motion of fluid, including the continuity equation, also known as the equation of continuity, and next Bernoulli equation. So let us start the continuity equation or Bernoulli equation. First of all, we have to know about the motion of fluid, and there are the two different types of the motion of the fluid. And fluid means the substance which can flow, and liquid and gas are taken as the fluid. And for ideal fluid, if you have to consider the ideal fluid, so there are two main characters: non-viscous and incompressible. Non-viscous and incompressible. Non-viscous means no internal friction between the layers of liquid, and this is also known as the viscosity. Incompressible, the density of the fluid always remains constant. So there are contrast between the liquid and gas. Liquid is highly incompressible and gas is highly compressible. Even that, the both equation, continuity and the Bernoulli, can be applied for the gas, because gas plays also the incompressible nature or can be treated as the incompressible when there is no any variation between the two regions of the gas in regard of the pressure, in regard of the density. So there is no any confusion about the nature of the gas, even that the gas is compressible, but it is assumed as the ideal fluid. Now to see the first the continuity equation. The continuity equation, or in general it is known as equation of continuity. So first of all, consider a tube XY of non-uniform area of cross-section at the two respective ends, like here and here. The ideal fluid allowed to pass through the tube XY such as the path along which the particle of the fluid travels is known as the flow line, and the combination of such flow lines is known as the tube flow. And if there is no any change in the pattern of the flow of the fluid, flow of the liquid, as time passes, so such type of flow of fluid, flow of liquid is said to be in steady or steady motion. And if the tangent drawn at the curve, at the different points, which gives the direction of, which provides the direction of motion of fluid or liquid. And such types of the flow of lines and flow of liquid is basically divided into the two parts. One of the flow of line, flow of motion of the liquid of the fluid is known as the streamline, and otherwise the turbulent. So in case of a streamline, now consider the point A, the point B and the point C. The tangent drawn at the point which represents the velocity VA at the point A, velocity VB at the point B, velocity VC at the point C. So the motion of liquid, motion of fluid is said to be in a streamline or streamlined if the particles at the points follows as similar as the same behavior in regard of the magnitude and direction, in regard of the velocity, as similar as that of the preceding particles, previous particles or predecessor. This is the equation. This is the streamline motion. So the streamline motion is the kind of motion in which the path, direction, the magnitude always maintained by the particles at the particular point as similar as that of the previous particle or predecessor. So if the speed of fluid, speed of liquid going to increase, no longer the same things are maintained, means velocity in context of magnitude and direction cannot be maintained, and hence the velocity of fluid is converted into the turbulent motion. So if the motion is slow, motion is steady, and below the certain velocity, the kind of motion is known as the streamline, and if the velocity exceeds from the certain velocity, this is known as the turbulent. So this average velocity for the given tube, the average velocity of liquid below which the motion of the fluid is taken as the streamline is known as the critical velocity. This nature of the this kind of the motion of the liquid, either streamline or turbulent, can be differentiated on the basis of the Reynolds number. So for the particular tube, there is a certain number, and this number is known as the Reynolds number. And if the number of the flow of liquid if represented by the number and which is below the Reynolds number, below the particular number, is then the motion is said to be in the streamline. Otherwise, if they exceeds the certain parameter, certain value, then the motion of the liquid is said to be the turbulent. So these are things how to differentiate the streamline and turbulent. Critical velocity, Reynolds number. But most important fact is that if the velocity of the particles always maintained, always followed the previous or predecessor particles, then the motion of liquid is said to be the streamline. And it is possible when the velocity of fluid, velocity of liquid in the given tube is slow and steady. Now come to the point and derive the expression for the equation of continuity. Now consider again the similar figure. This is the tube X and Y, the ideal fluid or the liquid allowed to pass through the tube of non-uniform bore having the area of cross section A1 at the end X where the liquid enters, and the area A2 at the end Y where the liquid coming out or exit. So basically the equation of continuity is the law of conservation of mass in context of the fluid mechanics. So in fluid mechanics, the law of conservation of mass means if the mass of liquid enters or in at the point x per second is equal to mass of liquid emerges from the tube at the point y. So mass per second throughout the motion of the liquid always remains constant each and every area of cross section taken in the tube. So if the non-viscous and incompressible liquid allowed to pass through the tube of non-uniform bore, so mass of liquid enters at point x is equal to mass of liquid enters at the point y. So numerically, it is assumed that the dm1 mass, amount of mass, enters at the point x in this region, dm1 by dt per second at end x equal to amount of mass exit at the end y in the same time like dt at the end y. And mass is defined as the density. Rho is the density of the fluid, density of the liquid, and the volume in this displacement dx1, and here is the element of liquid displaced dx2. So rho density into volume at the end x, and volume here dt x equal to rho dv2 by dt at the end y. And for incompressible liquid, rho always remains constant throughout the flow of the liquid. So now volume means area into displacement of the fluid or element dx1 at this end dt, and rho area A2 at this end, and displacement dx2 in the same time like d2 y, displacement by time equal to velocity, so rho a1 v V1 equal to rho A2 V2, and therefore A1 V1 equal to A2 V2. Sometimes it is also referred as AV equal to constant. This is the equation number 1. And the equation of, this is the equation of continuity. And also for compressible liquid, rho 1 A1 V1 equal to rho 2 A2 V2, rho AV equal to constant. This is the equation number 2. So both equation 1 and 2, both equation 1 and 2 represent the different form of equation of continuity for non-viscous liquid and for viscous liquid. So this is the equation of continuity, and one of the most important significance of the equation of continuity or the continuity equation, AV equal to constant means A inversely proportional to V. It indicates that the velocity of the liquid is inversely proportional to the cross-sectional area. So if the area of cross-section decreases, the velocity of fluid or liquid increases, and the vice versa. It means when the liquid, when the ideal fluid passes from broader side to the narrower side, from the broader area to the narrower area of the tube, so area decreases and hence the velocity of liquid increases. So this is the significance of the equation of continuity. And equation of continuity not only gives the relation about A1 V1 A2 V2, but sometimes mass of liquid flowing per second at in X equal to mass of liquid flowing at in Y. Secondly, volume of liquid flowing per second at one end is equal to volume of liquid flowing at in Y, and also A1 V1 equal to A2 V2. So these are the different form, and these are the concern about the equation of continuity. So not only the A1 V1 or A2 V2, but also for the non-viscous and incompressible liquid. So volume of liquid flowing per second at one end, that is equal to the volume of liquid flowing per second at end Y, because the density remains constant, and hence the mass of liquid at the end at the end X, that is the liquid enters and liquid exit at the two different points. So mass of liquid flowing per second at end 1 is equal to mass of liquid released at the end Y. Now come to the next equation, and this is a very important equation known as the Bernoulli's equation. Bernoulli's equation, and also known as the Bernoulli's principle, Bernoulli's theorem. So Bernoulli's equation, actually it is also related to the motion of the ideal fluid in a streamline motion or in steady motion. So if the liquid flowing through the tube in a streamline motion, the non-viscous and incompressible liquid flowing through the tube of non-uniform bore. So the pressure energy per unit volume plus kinetic energy per unit volume plus potential energy per unit volume throughout the motion of the liquid always remains constant. So this is the law of conservation of energy. So actually Bernoulli's equation is totally based on the principle of the law of conservation of energy, and the pressure energy per unit volume, kinetic energy per unit volume. So sum of total energy means kinetic energy per unit volume, potential energy per unit volume, potential energy means gravitational potential energy per unit volume, and pressure energy per unit volume of the fluid, of the liquid, when is in steady motion, in streamline motion, and the nature of liquid if non-viscous and incompressible, so the total mechanical energy always remains constant. And this equation can be derived by the help of the work energy theorem. So mainly the work energy theorem is involved here, and the statement of work energy theorem, and also sometimes referred as the statement of the Bernoulli equation. So change in work done equal to sum of change in kinetic energy plus sum of change in potential energy. And the next statement also, the pressure energy per unit volume half rho v square kinetic energy per unit volume, and gravitational potential energy rho gh of the fluid, of the liquid throughout the flow always remains constant. So these are the two statements in consideration of the Bernoulli equation. Now to prove it, now consider, the int x and the int y, and this is the ground. So first of all, the liquid or fluid enters at the end x and releases at the end y. So consider the tube of non-uniform bore, tube xy of non-uniform bore having area of cross section at end x, a1, velocity of liquid at the end x, v1, height of the end from the ground, that is the h1, and the pressure exerted due to the liquid p1. And at the end y, the same things are represented as the a2, area of cross section, velocity of liquid v2, height from the ground s2, and the pressure exerted by the surrounding liquids p2 at the end y. So now to find out the so there is the application of the work energy theorem. So work energy theorem means change in the work done at the two different points. So first of all, I would like to repeat it. To find out the derivation of the Bernoulli equation, there must be the application of the work energy theorem. And work energy theorem means the total change in work done is equal to total change in the mechanical energy, and mechanical energy means sum of change in kinetic energy and change in the potential energy. So first of all, the change in work done means W1 minus W2. So here the liquid enters and pressure exerted like this, but here there is the opposition offered by the flow of liquid, and that is why there is the negative sign of the work done W2, and work done is defined as the force into the displacement. So force into displacement means PA1 force, and displacement dx1 means this element of the fluid, this displacement of the fluid dx1, and this volume. This volume of the liquid, this is the dV1, and here is the displacement of the element dx2 and the volume dV2. So force into displacement and P2 A2 dx2. Here work done per second means force into displacement, and this displacement means volume. So P1 dV1 minus P2 dV2, or P1 minus P2 equal to dV, as according to equation of continuity, A1 dx1 equal to dV1, A2 dx2 equal to dV2. According to equation of continuity, the volume of liquid enters at one end, that is equal to the volume of liquid enters at the exit at the another end in the same interval of time, and that is why dV1 equal to dVt represented by the simply dV. So this dV1 or dV2 equal to simply dV, and this one dW equal to P1 minus P2 dV, equation number 1. Now find out the change in kinetic energy and change in gravitational potential energy. So change in kinetic energy of the fluid of the liquid, dk equal to kinetic energy 2 minus kinetic energy 1 equal to half m2 half m v2 square minus half dm1 v1 square, and this mass is defined as rho into dv2 v2 square minus half rho into dv1 v1 square equal to half rho and v2 square minus v1 square. This is the dv, as according to the equation of continuity, dv1 per second equal to dv2 per second equal to dv, equation number 2, and this is the change in kinetic energy. And now due to the different heights, so there is the change in the gravitational potential energy. So gravitational potential energy du at the two respective ends. So dm2 mgs2, so there is the height s2, and dm1 gh1, and similarly mass is defined as again dv2 gs2 minus rho dv1 gh1 and rho g h2 minus h1. G is the acceleration due to gravity, rho is the density, and for incompressible liquid density always remains constant, and dv2 or dv1 as indicated here, so it is written as the simply dv. So change in potential energy rho g h2 minus h1 into dv. Now using the work energy theorem which is stated earlier, now dW equal to change in kinetic energy plus change in potential energy. From equation 1, 2 and 3, P1 minus P2 dV equal to half rho V1 square minus V2 square dV, and rho G H2 minus H1 dV. So dV cancelled here, or P1 minus P2 equal to half rho V1 square minus half rho V2 square plus rho G H2 rho g h1 और p1 plus half rho b1 square, sorry, b2 square minus b1 square. Increase in kinetic energy and there is a decrease in the potential energy. So half rho v2 square minus half rho v1 square plus rho g h1 equal to p2 plus half rho v2 square plus rho g h2, and this is the p plus half rho v square rho g h equal to constant, and this is the total mechanical energy or sum of the pressure energy per unit volume, kinetic energy per unit volume, potential energy per unit volume, always remains constant for the non-viscous and incompressible liquid is in a streamline passing through the tube of non-uniform area of cross section. And if the height of the tube remains constant or h1 equal to h2 at that moment, for horizontal pipe if h1 equal to h2, so this term is cancelled, and now simply p plus half rho v square equal to constant. Proved, and this mathematical form is also known as the Bernoulli equation. And there are so many applications in the daily life on the Bernoulli equation, but one of the example of the Bernoulli equation, as we described earlier, when the, just a minute, when the amount of liquid, amount of fluid and the ideal fluid passing through the tube like the non-uniform area of cross section, as from the broader side to the narrower side, so as according to equation of continuity. So liquid coming from the broader to the narrower side, so there is a decrease in the area and velocity increases. And in regard of the Bernoulli principle, on the basis of Bernoulli principle, it states that if the velocity of the liquid increases, so there is a decrease in the pressure. So one of the most important significance about the Bernoulli equation, so if anywhere, if the velocity decreases, velocity of the fluid decreases, so there is the increase in the pressure, increase in the pressure, and vice versa.